So Duncan, can you tell us more about your current role?
So I lead Asia Pacific and Japan for VMware. So I have people in 48 countries,
Wow.
and I've been leading this business over the last 2.5 years. And I guess it's been a lot of fun joining a 20-year-old startup out of Silicon Valley. So yeah, we're one of the disruptors in the marketplace.
With the rapid technological change taking place in the global economy,
Yep.
how can female talent stay relevant in the workplace?
Actually, I think for women in the workplace, they actually have an additional challenge. There's a whole lot of expectations around how do you manage family, not only children, but parents, how do you support the household? And so for many women, they come in and out of the workforce. And in technology, that gets even harder because it changes so fast. So trying to stay current as well as do everything else, it really is a challenge. And I take my hats off to all women who do that and manage it.
Women are significantly underrepresented in the technology sector.
Yeah.
In your opinion, how can we attract more females to be interested in STEM?
Well, actually, there's two parts. So one is getting more females interested in STEM, and the second part is actually retaining them in the workforce afterwards. And some of that, I mean, it's people like me who have an opportunity at a leadership level to actually help provide opportunities for women to come through the business. I mean, we, as a tech industry, we're about just over 20% represented. And the population is actually 51% women, 49% men. Unfortunately, we pass away earlier. And so that we don't match society, which, my belief is for a tech industry, that's actually a problem. Because we don't represent the society, then we're not going to innovate at the same rate. So the challenge then is how to provide an environment, not only bring them in through STEM, how to keep people in the environment, and I guess be understanding of the work-life balance that women have to manage all the way through their career.
Tell us more about TERRA, the Return to Work program. You actually started in India.
Yeah, so I was actually really fortunate that we had a Women in Technology session in April last year. So we had about 250 women, and I was part of the panel on that. And we got just a series of fantastic questions. And so I'm on the overnight flight back from India. I couldn't sleep. Just the questions and the issues they raised, got me wondering around how we could do something different. So as a result of a very creative team that we brought together as a virtual team, we've created this program to help up to 15,000 women return to work at no charge. So how to get current back on the technology industry around how digital transformation works, how to do it in a way that when they're balancing family, to be able to access that. And we're already over 2,000. So we only came out of our beta at the end of January, and we're already at 2,000 women registered in the program. So I'm excited about it because I was part of helping create it, but I really just have this amazing team that are looking around how to help women in India return to work. They don't have a STEM issue. They have 42% of women graduate out of STEM. They have a problem that 50% leave the workforce afterwards. So we're just trying to make it easier for women to get their confidence back and get their skills back.
And first, congratulations on the program. It sounds amazing. And what's the future plan for this program?
Well, we view it as actually an industry objective because we actually have an industry problem. So we've now asked 6 other companies to join us and help go out through their populations, through their individuals, and then we're using social media to reach out through WhatsApp, through LinkedIn, Twitter, to go to their connections. So the people we have registered today are actually largely from our own. We've partnered with Women Who Code. We've had help from Bharti Airtel, State Bank of India, Cognizant to join this as an industry initiative. So actually, I'm really excited over the next couple of years.
It sounds exciting. And please, Duncan, can you extend it to Singapore, Hong Kong, the whole Asia Pacific or bigger region? Because it's an amazing initiative.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we only started in April. I did my first media interviews launching the program in November. We actually raised it with Prime Minister Modi when we met with him in November as a program. And I've had my CEO, global CEO, actually talk about it on the earnings call of VMware. So I'm getting lots of help. What is important, we actually run virtual meetups as well, because we need to provide an opportunity for women to ask questions. They have a lot of questions. So we need to provide that opportunity as well. So we need the right support structure. It's not just the education, it's actually the virtual meetups and the support team. So yes, we've got ambitions for the world.
Amazing.
But we started with India and we're learning as we go. I mean, in today's environment, you've got to be agile. And the things we started that we thought would work in July last year, we've actually pivoted some of them. And we only went out to WhatsApp groups a month ago and suddenly found 500 women. And that was just WhatsApp groups linked to employees of ours, not WhatsApp groups linked to the other people joining us from the industry. So I'm actually really excited.
Amazing. It's going to go really big as well. I can tell.
Yeah, that wasn't the design. Genuinely, it came out of a set of questions around women asking around issues they had. So, started small because it just was really questions people asked.
What are the benefits in developing a diverse workforce?
For me, one of the challenges, I think, and I'm standing here as a white Anglo-Saxon male who's an Australian, is you end up without a diversity of opinion. And at a really simple level, society's 50-50. So if you don't have an organisation that represents society, then you're actually going to miss opportunities for innovation. And so, personally, there's work I need to do around changing the diversity of my leadership team, which is a journey, because I need to find, both women, people, with other backgrounds, both nationality, gender, they're all important to meld them together so that we have the most innovative environment that'll actually help us serve our customers and society the best way we can.
What investment is your company making to be diversity ready?
Actually, a lot. We have, an opportunity for people to do more education. I run a replacement table, for example, for executives, but I also run a second replacement table. So I reach down 2 layers lower into the organisation, and specifically for women, we look for women coming up through the organisation and what do we need to do for support. One of the things I learned, on the way through my career around mentoring, there's a whole lot of other things apart from work that you have to balance. And I think back to one of the ladies that we helped accelerate through the organisation. She had teenage kids, so we had to balance when she could move roles to what country based on what stage they were at school, because there were times she just couldn't move, so she couldn't accept a new role. I guess that being engaged, and both from a mentor, becomes really important, because then we can offer it at the right time when she can say yes, as opposed to create something that actually she can't say yes.
That's wonderful to hear, the awareness to know that women and men have very different career trajectory. That's a huge step to make already for all companies. And Half the Sky is a career platform for women, connects female talent to better jobs at companies that care.
Yep.
What are the main challenges that you think for companies to attract and retain females?
I really like the Half the Sky piece.
Thank you.
Because actually what's interesting for me is when I talk about diversity, I actually talk about Half the Sky and women diversity started in 1949 in China.
Yes.
With just the concept that everyone could contribute. So, great name.
Thank you.
It's a really simple concept, and it's actually been around now a long time. But I think the thing we've got to work through, particularly in IT organisations and the industry, is worrying about there are different phases. You do need a healthy base of graduates coming through. So we do need, through NGOs and other things, to help reach into schools and make it attractive. Then once they're in the workforce, we need good support mechanisms to be able to balance all the other responsibilities. And then, I mean, things like mentoring, I think are really, really important on the way through. Personally had probably 30 different people I've mentored over time. And still I have, women I've mentored 10 years ago call up and say, I'm about to go through a change. This is what I'm thinking about. What else should I be thinking about? And that's really important. They need a safe place to talk.
And Duncan, what are the three main skills people need to have for the future of work?
Well, I'm in the tech industry, so technology.
Yes.
But I think more than that, it's actually, you not only need to be aware of it, it permeates everything we do. And so people who both, not tech, they don't need to be a specialist on the technology, but they do need to understand technology's impact and the new models. Secondly, I actually think you need to be humble, because the sources of knowledge are no longer just that expert or that individual. The source of knowledge comes down through your organisation. And you have to be much more open to be able to connect down through your organisation, because actually we've had some great ideas out of a millennial that only started with us 6 months ago. And if they're matched with a team of other people, you can bring them together and truly innovate.
Last but not least, I'm sure a lot of people want to know from you, what's the 3 essential career tips?
So the first one is learning. Just continuously learn. I mean, the world's changed so fast that you just need to keep learning as you go. The second part, it really helps to have a mentor. So someone outside your line that can actually provide, guidance and advice. And the second part is look for leaders that you're comfortable working for that help you be the best you are. And if you're working for someone who doesn't give you that value or doesn't coach, and that's what you need to succeed, then find someone else. Because if I look at the growth times I've had through my career, they've always been with people I trust, who've given me good feedback, and I have an open, trusting relationship with, and my learning has gone and my career's gone.
Thank you so much, Duncan, for your time.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
you very much.
Thanks a lot.